What's up, everybody? WiseGuyBets here. Ron P from WiseGuyBets coming to you with some DraftKings picks for today, the day before Thanksgiving, 11/24/2021. Got a huge slate, 13 games on the slate. What I do in this video, I will give you 5 value picks, 2 guards, 2 forwards, 1 center. These are picks who I think will outperform their salary, 5x, maybe even 6x their salary, and if we're lucky, 7x their salary. But these are players that you can grab and put into your lineups to, build some great lineups around. Huge slate tonight. A lot of values out there that I see. So I'm going to try to pick the best ones that I think can help you out. Let's get right into it and look at the point guard position. For the point guard position, we're going to the Portland at Sacramento game, and I'm selecting De'Aaron Fox. He's 7,600 on DraftKings. His last 3, he's had 31, 20, and 25. He gets over 30 minutes a game. The part I like about Fox is, number one, Portland's coming off a back-to-back. They played last night. They won last night against Denver. Portland is ranked 22nd against the point guard position. And De'Aaron Fox seems to like to play against Portland. In his last 3 games, he's had 46, 64, and 49 fantasy points. So not only is Fox a value play at 7,600, he's too cheap. He could possibly be a lock in a lot of lineups, I think. I think he will show out tonight. They did make a recent coaching change, so everybody's playing for the job. So let's see what Mr. Fox can do tonight against Portland, but I really like him in this position. For the shooting guard position, we're going to go back to the East Coast to one of the earlier games, and we're going to look at Charlotte versus Orlando, and I'm looking at Cody Martin for Charlotte. He's only 3,400, so this is a player who's priced low, because you can do probably scrubs and studs tonight with as many games as we have. You're going to have to work and put those lineups together, but I think you can do scrubs and studs tonight and build a pretty good lineup. Let's look at Cody Martin's last 3. His last 3, he's had 13, 27, and 27. He's getting, it looks like, close to 30 minutes a game. His last game against Orlando, he had 31 fantasy points. Orlando is ranked 30th against the shooting guard position. Charlotte's favored by 8. The over-under is 218.5. And Cody Martin's projection for the night is 23. I think he gets to 23. I think he gets over that. I think he's a great player you can put in with some studs and get great value out of this pick. So Cody Martin is someone I'm looking at the shooting guard position tonight. Let's go to the small forward, and we're going to go to the Washington versus New Orleans game. And we're looking at Brandon Ingram for 7,700. I think Brandon Ingram is underpriced tonight. He hasn't been playing that well lately, fantasy-wise. His last 3s, 24, 21, 39. So, I mean, he's definitely need to be playing better, but I really like him in this position tonight. Washington's favored by 4. The over-under is 208.5. My projection for Ingram tonight is 40. Washington is 26th against the small forward position. His last 3 against Washington has been 44, 59, 53. So Brandon Ingram also likes playing against this Washington team. So I think he gives us close to 40 fantasy points tonight. If he do that, that's a win for us. So I like Brandon Ingram tonight at the small forward position. Let's look at the power forward position. And for that, we're going to go to the LA Lakers versus the Indiana game. And we're going to take Domantas Sabonis for Indiana. His last 3, 42, 47, 19. The 19 game, he only played 22 minutes. But, he's been consistent all year long. In his last meeting against the Lakers, he had 52 fantasy points. The Lakers are coming off of a back-to-back. When they come off a back-to-back, you never know if Anthony Davis is going to play or not. So you kind of watch that situation pretty closely. This is a must-win, early season win. Maybe not a must-win, but the Lakers need to win tonight. Indiana's favored by 3.5. LeBron comes back tonight. Sabonis is 8,500 tonight. I have him with a projection up around 50. I think he gets there tonight, especially with the Lakers coming off a back-to-back. They're going to be. The Lakers are older on the front line, and I like Sabonis in this position. The Lakers are 6 against the power forward position, but I think tonight Sabonis shows out. Again, it's a big game for the Lakers. I think it's going to be competitive, and I'm a little surprised that the Indiana's favored by 3.5 in this game. But I like Sabonis in this position tonight. I think he may be a go for me in a lot of my lineups. Now we're going to look at the center position, and we're going to go to the Brooklyn versus Boston game. And we're looking at Robert Williams for Boston. His projection on the night is 38. He's 5,600 on DraftKings. Brooklyn is 17th versus center position. He's been out recently. He came back, I think, a couple nights ago, and he had 24 in his 23.75 fantasy points in his game back. Prior to that, he had been out since the 15th. With all transparency, Robert Williams has burned me a few times this year when I picked him as my value pick when the numbers say he should have showed out. But the numbers still saying he should show out tonight, and I have to go with the numbers because, if you go with the numbers, and the numbers are going to be in your favor more than not being in your favor. So at 5,600 with a projection of 38, Brooklyn's favored by 1 in this game. The over-under is 216. Brooklyn's 17th against the center position. His last 2 games against Brooklyn has been 17 and 44, so it's there. This is a home game. And if anything is close to a bet of a value pick on that, Robert Williams is my closest thing to a bet on this one. But I think he can come through tonight. I have a gut feeling that he can come through. And the numbers say he should come through. So those are my picks. Let's do a brief little recap here. De'Aaron Fox for Sacramento. Cody Martin for Charlotte versus Orlando, one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Brandon Ingram, who seems to show out against Washington, and he's very underpriced for the night. Sabonis facing a desperate Laker team, but Sabonis plays well against the Lakers, and not sure of how the Lakers are going to run players at him. They played last night. This is a back-to-back for the Lakers. I like Sabonis probably more than anybody. I like Sabonis and Fox probably more than anybody in the 5 players that I've chosen. And again, we're going to go at Robert Williams. Robert Williams, he should have a good night. I have been burnt by him in the past, but Mr. Williams, according to the numbers, should have a real good night tonight. So if my picks help you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. That really, really does help me out. So until the next picks, to the next video, peace.